And again, we want to welcome you again to the 50th anniversary of the North American. We've had some great shows here in Freedom Hall and Broadbent Arena. And today we will be having in here today our Red Angus show, then followed by our Red Pole, as well as our Belted Galloway, followed with the Solier show here on Tuesday, the 14th. So with that being said, we are ready for our first couple of classes to be making their way into the show ring. Again, we are ready for those first classes of Red Angus and Belted Galloways to be making their way into the ring. I would like this time to introduce your Red Angus judge for this morning, Mr. Brandon Jones. Brandon Jones resides in Gridley, Illinois, with his wife Kathy and two daughters, Charlie and Chandler, where they own and operate Jones Show Cattle, selling elite caliber show steers across the country. He is also partners with Kathy's Family and Prairie View Farms, located in Gridley, a premier Angus stock operation. When he is not busy with cattle, he owns and has dedicated his life to helping kids across the country achieve their goals with their cattle projects and out in the show ring. If you could join me in giving Mr. Brandon Jones a round of applause for being here with us at the 50th anniversary of the North American. Entering now over in your Red Angus female show is Class 1 May heifer calves. These heifers' date of birth range from May 18th through May 3rd of 2023. Again, entering now is Class 1 Red Angus females. And entering the ring over in your Belted Galloway show is Class 2 late spring heifer calves. These heifers' date of birth range from May 1 to June 30th.
Show. We've got the heifer that's going to lead off, I think, does pretty handily. She's just one that just kind of is a complete package. She's opened up as she gets into her rib cage. She's big topped, got plenty of bone and foot underneath of her. If I could change her a little, I'd like to just free her up just a little off her front end, but very high quality heifer to begin with. The heifer coming out second probably has a little advantage of being a little neater in her shoulder makeup, but as you start to study her, just lacks a little bit of power from there on back compared to our class winner. The heifer coming around in third is one that is a unique necked heifer, really gets out and goes decent, just gives up a little bit of performance compared to the two in front of her. Congratulations on a nice set of heifers.
And placings in Class 1 over in your Red Angus female show are as followed. Coming in first place goes entry number 1, SGCC 800F Lacey 315, exhibited by Daniel Johnson of Winchester, Kentucky. And second place in that class goes entry number 2, Shady's Peaches L81, exhibited by Jace Beatty of Crossville, Tennessee. And third place in that class goes entry number 4, Festy's Girl, exhibited by Lynch's Red Angus of Branchville, Indiana. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. Now entering the ring will be Class 2 Red Angus females. These females' date of birth range from April 27th through April 2nd of 2023.
Well, good morning and to everybody over here in the Belted Galloway ring. It's an honor to be here with you today. I had the opportunity to work with your cattle here several years ago over in Freedom Hall, and appreciated the chance to get to come back and sort through these cattle again with you here this morning. And I think a real good way to start off. I think a pair of cattle that are both good-bodied, both good structured individuals that have a nice look. Within that pair, I like the young lady's whiter belted heifer. I think she just kind of has a little more balance and presence to her out here today. She's a little softer through that rear ribbon flank. I do prefer her angle up through her shoulder a little better than even the heifer right in behind her. Stays really strong and collected in her top line as well when you set her out on the move. Just a real nice place for me to start. Again, the heifer here in 2 is no slouch. I appreciate her foot size, her bone work. I think she has those advantages over the heifer right in front of her. As you watch her go away from you, she gets considerably narrower there at the ground, a little narrower based and narrower chested, but still a real big-bodied, broody type heifer calf for this young lady. Congratulations on a good way to start out the day.
And placings in class number 2 over in your Belted Galloway show are as followed. First place goes to entry number 2, AJC California Dream, exhibited by Abigail Karin. And second place in that class goes to entry number 3, Sunny Brook Jasmine, exhibited by Cora Bernard. Congratulations. Now entering the ring is Class 3 Early Spring Heifer Calves. These heifers' date of birth range from April 29th through April 1st of 2023. And I would like to take this time to introduce your Belted Galloway judge here with us today, Mr. Zach Butler of Milton, Tennessee. Zach owns and operates Butler Creek Farms in Milton, Tennessee. He's a graduate of Blackhawk East and Oklahoma State. He has judged numerous shows such as the National Western, Fort Worth, North American, and Junior Nationals. If you could, please put your hands together and welcome our judge here, Zach Butler. The North American International Livestock Exposition started in 1974 with only beef cattle exhibiting at the show. Open and junior shows were conducted by 5 breeds: Angus, Charolais, Hereford, Polled Hereford, and Shorthorn. In celebration of the 50th North American International Livestock Exposition, we are proud to host a Open Supreme Cattle Drive on Thursday, November 16th, at the conclusion of all open cattle shows. There will be a Supreme Champion selected of heifers, bulls, and cow-calf pairs from each breed. Champions from each breed are invited to stay and participate in the Supreme Drive, which is held again on Thursday, November 16th, 30 minutes after the last show.
Another nice class over here in the Galloway, Belted Galloway ring, and a set of March females that I think a lot of quality, especially on the top end of the class. I think it runs pretty deep all the way through, but there's 2 or 3 heifers here on the top end that I like a great deal. I'm going to go ahead and kind of start with the stubborn one here a little bit up front. I think maybe today that's her biggest downfall. There's times it's just a little bit hard to read her, but when she gets her parked and as well when she gets out on the go, I think this one comes to the top of the class pretty handily for me. Very well balanced, very square built, good at the ground in terms of her flexibility. I think in this particular class, to me, she's a heifer that reads probably with the most shape and width from end to end. That's where I like to go ahead and use her to start. A nice heifer here in 2, and I think from the profile, she rivals that class winner. This one's cooperating a little better for the young lady out here today as well, and that helps to show her off, no doubt. You get out here on the green chips, and it becomes a team effort, I think, between you and your calf, and this young lady's doing a real good job getting her stuck. Again, from the profile, this one's patterned up really good. I like her angles. I think in relation to that class winner, she's just a little flatter muscled, a little narrower made than the one that we used to start, but a good place there to follow up that class winner. Young lady's narrow belted one coming out here in 3rd, another one that's long spine and gives you a good look. I'd like to set her tail head down into her a little bit, relax her in her spine as she gets out and goes, but a female that's really striking and up-headed. The young lady's calf that's going to come to us next in line, another one that's got some foot and some bones underneath her. Just a female that's not quite as soft as the cattle that go out ahead of her. Needs a little more body and rib, I think, to run with those ladies up front. young man's calf that's going to come out here next in line. Again, one that's got a nice look through the front 1/3. She's sound there at the ground. Again, maybe just not enough performance and power for me out here in this particular drive. And then our young lady that we're going to conclude the class with, as long a spine and upstanding a female as any that we've had in the class, just gets a little harder, maybe not put together quite as ideally from a structural standpoint from me, a little straighter off of both ends of that skeleton. Real nice class of March, Belted Galloways. Congratulations to them.
Over here on our Red Angus side, class of April heifers, little give and take all the way through here. But I thought the heifer that leads off is just the one that's probably just the most complete everywhere. When we put her in motion, I thought she kind of just held herself together better all the way across the ring. She's one that's got plenty of power as she comes out the top side of her blades all the way back out through her hip. If I could change her a little, I'd like to tidy her up just a little in her chest floor, but the way she comes out high up out of her neck with her head out of her neck and shoulders, I like that one to win the class pretty decent. The heifer coming around second is probably the neatest necked one, kind of the squarest built one. When we put her in motion, I just like to relax her through her front shoulder and her knee. When we step in behind her, I just start to analyze the power that I wish she had a little more power all the way through, but a very good look and unique kind of front-ended heifer to go in second. The heifer in third, I like a lot of things about this one. She gets just a little piecey for me everywhere. When we get her in motion, she wants to drop her pins a little and drop her loin a smidge. She gets just a nickel opened up in the lower part of her shoulder. I'd like to tidy her up a little bit in her chest floor, but she is a very cowy individual. The young man coming fourth is a long-spined heifer. She's one that gets out and goes fairly decent. I just think when she gets to standing there, she gets a little wide in her blades and gets a little broke behind her shoulders there. This young man's got a nice heifer, big-bodied, got plenty of muscle, plenty of performance. Just when we put her in motion, I'd like to free her up on both ends. And the young lady coming next is another heifer that is going to be an awesome cow for this young lady. I would like to just kind of free her up on both ends and maybe make her a little stronger right there behind her back to get her up there any further today. But a good class of April heifers. Congratulations to all.
And placings in Class 2 over in your Red Angus female show are as followed. First place goes entry number 11, SGCC 345A Liberty 307, exhibited by Haley Ann Johnson of Winchester, Kentucky. And second place in that class goes entry number 15, SRG Power Girl 3059, exhibited by Steady Run Genetics of Hedrick, Iowa. Third place goes into number 16, TC Letta 100L, exhibited by Tucker Bayer of Ringley, Wisconsin. And fourth place goes into number 22, Wood Miss Carrera 3032L, exhibited by Chase Wood of Big Cabin, Oklahoma. Fifth place goes into number 18, RFCC Miss Annie 400L, exhibited by Van Richardson of Maynardville, Tennessee. Sixth place goes into number 12, exhibited by Goose Creek Farm of Whiteford, Maryland. And please note, entry number 21 and 110 are scratches. Now in the ring in your Red Angus show is Class 4 March heifers. These heifers' date of birth range from March 30th through March 16th of 2023. And placings in Class 3 over in your Purebred Belted Galloway show are as followed. First place goes to entry number 9, Sunnybrook Athena, exhibited by Terry and Julie Willis. And second place goes to entry number 10, Ku Luna, exhibited by Kylie and Emily Wickerson. Third place goes entry number 5, Cardinal Crest Telescalia, exhibited by Lily Terrell. And fourth place goes to entry number 8, New Nova, exhibited by Haley Hillhouse. And fifth place goes entry number 4, Wagner Family Lily, exhibited by Boone Rutan. And sixth place goes to entry number 6, Cardinal Crest Delightful Jade, exhibited by Lily Terrell. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors.
Back over in the Belted Galloway ring, another nice trio of females out here that these young ladies have brought to us, and I'm just going to leave them like they stand. I think the one that we used to start with, the young ladies heifer here up front, for me does a lot of things really, really well. In terms of her balance, I think she's really unique. The way her neck ties in high at the top side of her shoulder, a long-spined, loose-made type female when you get her out into motion. Just this one's angles are really, really good for me out here today, and her balance, I think, is where she easily wins in my mind. The pair for me to sort is 2 and 3. I think cattle that are just a little different, but I like the young lady's heifer here in 2 to kind of stay where she's at. I think, this one's not as hairy as heifers on either side of her. I think it kind of adds to her freshness that she's got out here in the ring. This female has some genuineness in terms of her muscle shape and turn down through her quarter. I think in relation to that class winner, the front 1/3 of this heifer maybe just doesn't tie in quite as nice and neat, not as opened up and bold through that heart and forerib as the one that we used to start. But in relation to the one standing right behind her, to me, she reads to have just a little more turn, a little more true width from end to end. I like the heifer in 3 as well. She kind of hits me hard as one that's deep-sided. She's got a little more foot size and bone underneath her than even the heifer right in front of her. I think she just doesn't balance up quite as well. You set her into motion, she gets a little more rigid in her spine, kind of cranks her tail head up ever so slightly. But 3 high-quality ones there in that particular drive. Nice class of Belted Galloway females. Congratulations to them.
And placings in Class 4 over in your Belted Galloway show are as followed. First place goes to entry number 12, Oatley's Farm Gia 2L, exhibited by Olivia Oatley. Congratulations. Second place goes to entry number 11, County Line Millie, exhibited by Mark Snyder. And third place in that class goes to entry number 13, Sunny Brook Mystic, exhibited by Terry and Julie Willis. Congratulations. Now in the ring will be your champion junior heifer calf.
Well, really nice first division here, these heifer calves that we've got to sort through here. We'll start with the one out of that first class. I talked about this one's balance and kind. I think are really, really good. She's good at the ground in regards to her structure. Just a real stylish, eye-appealing one that's got some body and some rib to go along with it. Out here you compare to the 2 heifers right in behind her, I think she does probably come across as the one that's a little smaller footed. A little more refined in her bone work, but it doesn't bother me a great deal. This one's certainly in the running out here to get a piece of this division, one that I like a great deal. The young lady's heifer out of the second class, does go to the surface out here with probably as much bone and foot underneath her. Again, another one that's balance is really, really good. I love how feminine and attractive she is up front. I think compared to heifers on either side of her, she maybe is a little shorter coupled, a little shorter spine than the 2 females that stand in front of her and the one behind her, but still a high-quality one as well. And then we get into this older heifer here that comes out of that last class. I love this one's length from end to end. I think she's the longest spined, loosest made heifer that we've got out here. Really well balanced and good there at the ground. I think in regards to her structure, for me, she's probably the one that suits me the best out here in this particular drive. Just a tremendous lineup here in this first division. If those of you around ringside would, if you'll give them a nice hand, I'll get you a pair of champions and congratulate them. Thank you.
And your champion junior heifer calf in your Belted Galloway show goes to entry at number 12, Oatley's Farm, Gia 2L, exhibited by Olivia Oatley. Congratulations.
We get over here in our March class of Red Angus, and it's a good class of heifers. A little give and take here and there. There's all different shapes and kinds. You know, we buy and sell a lot of cattle across the country, and I always tell people, hey, the first thing that I look at when I'm out looking at cattle is quality. Quality comes in all different shapes and sizes, and I know this one that leads off is a little moderate probably. But I think she puts the most quality in all of her package compared to the rest of the class. And I'd be the first to admit I'd like to free her up moving just a little, but I think when you study just her build, her center rib in terms of just the dimension that she has, I think that one is a very high quality animal. I would like to give her just a little more performance. The young lady coming second has got a big bodied, real easy keeping kind of heifer. You get behind her and she's got tons of muscle. She's one that, yeah, you would like to free up a little as she goes away off her rear legs and like to tidy her up in her chest floor. But I think there's just a lot of product, a lot of cow power there. Heifer coming around next is one that's probably the greenest in the lineup. She's long spined. She's got a really good look to her. I'd like to free her up just a little on both ends. I'd like to jack her pins up just a little to square her up and give her just a little more center body. Next heifer coming out is probably the most unique looking one. She's one that to me just gets a little piecey in the lower part of her shoulder. I'd like to raise her pin set a little, drop her tail head in her, and really like to free her up as she goes out through off her hind legs. The young man coming around here next just got a nice cow prospect one, big bodied, got just a little extra chest. When she gets in motion, she kind of wants to duck her hip a little bit, but a nice cow prospect in the class.
And your reserve champion junior heifer calf over in your Belted Galloway show goes to entry at number 2, AJC California Dream, exhibited by Abigail Caron. Congratulations. And placings in Class 3A over in your Red Angus female show are as followed. First place goes to entry number 29, SGCC 903 Lucy 304L, exhibited by Smoking Gun Cattle Company of Winchester, Kentucky. And second place in Class 3A goes entry number 31, 4NR Dancing Queen 3301, exhibited by Olivia Naylor of Connorsville, Indiana. And third place goes entry number 24, CBCB Sheba 301L, exhibited by CB2 Cattle Company of Brooklyn, Iowa. And fourth place goes entry number 25, Shady's Laney L28, exhibited by Amelia Beatty of Crossville, Tennessee. And fifth place goes entry number 23, SRG Fanny 3049, exhibited by Ty Van Velt of Hedrick, Iowa. Congratulations to those exhibitors. And now in the ring is Class 3B March Heifer Calves. Again, in the ring now is Class 3B March Heifer Calves. These heifers' date of birth range from March 15th through March 3rd of 2023. I would like to take this time to introduce our official photographer for this week's show, Lindy's Livestock Photography. If you want to find any pictures from here in Broadbent or in Freedom Hall, all you have to do is go to lindyslivestockphotos.com to find all the pictures here at the 50th anniversary of the North American. We do appreciate Lindy's Livestock Photography for being here with us this week.
Interesting class over here in the Belted Galloway ring, and a set of 3 females that I think are very different in their type and kind. There's things about each and every one of them that I probably prefer over the other. But I think at the end of the day, the one that's to me just hits me as the best cow prospect in terms of body and rib and broodiness and bone work is the young lady's heifer we're going to go ahead and lead off with. I think you get in behind these cattle, she's by some margin the widest at her pins, got the most turn and shape to her lower quarter. Then you get off of her, and she's a big, soft-centered one that gets around the ring adequate enough for me out here today. You know, she's not the whistle-fronted one of the group, but I think it's good enough for me in this particular drive. As we get down to talking this heifer here in second, who's just a little antsy out here today for the young lady, but she's hanging in there and doing a good job. I think structurally, this one's as good as any of them. I really like how she gets out and goes and reaches and travels off of both ends there. A female that just gets a little plainer than some, a little lower in her pin set than a couple of the other females, but a nice heifer there in the second hole. We'll get her gathered up here real quick.
And placings in Class 7 over in your Belted Galloway show are as followed. First place goes entry number 19, Sunnybrook Calcula, exhibited by Mark Snyder. And second place goes entry number 18, Sunnybrook Cookie, exhibited by Meredith McBride. And third place goes to entry number 17, Eckelman's Arwen, exhibited by Kaylee Eckelman. Congratulations.
As we talk this heifer here in third real quick, a real striking one, maybe as up-headed as any of them. She gets a little more upright in the angle to that shoulder and knee, not quite as much dimension from end to end, but a nice class. Congratulations to them.
We're now ready for Class 8 senior heifer calves over in your Belted Galloway show. These females range from October 30th through September 1st of 2022. Again, now entering the ring is Class 8 senior heifer calves in your Belted Galloway show.
we get in another class here in the Red Angus side, and I think we have one that kind of comes to the top pretty easy. The presence this one has is pretty incredible. You put her in motion, and she gets around the ring very good. Love the way she just kind of comes out of her blades and comes out through a big top. She isn't just the softest middled one out there, but the actual rib shape that she has, she's round and bold to the lower part of it. Just love the presence and the completeness of this one that wins the class. The heifer coming out second was one when she first walked in. I thought, boy, there's a lot of power there. The longer I get her out here and study her, she just comes to get just a little piecier everywhere. She gets a little more open in the lower part of her shoulder, wants to get just a little weak there behind her blades. When you put her in motion, she wants to drop her hip a little bit, but as far as the rib cage and terms of center middle, I like that heifer quite a bit. The heifer coming out round in the corner now is another one that puts a lot of nice things together. She's got some nice presence. I like the way her head comes up out of her shoulders. I like to tidy her up just a little bit there in her throat. She's another one too that I think when we get her on motion wants to maybe drop her pins just a little as she gets going. But a very, very nice heifer there coming. The heifer coming out next is one that's big-bodied and long-necked. She's one when you step in behind her, maybe just loses a little bit of power from quarter to quarter. I'd like to maybe just stouten her up in her bone work a little, but just a real big rib, nice necked heifer. The heifer coming out next is one that's a little moderate in her makeup. She's one that's square built. Just like to see a little more center rib and maybe a little more length of body on this heifer. The young lady's doing a good job coming around here next. It's got one of those heifers that's just real square build. Just like to tidy her up just in her chest floor a little and maybe give her just a little more center rib dimension. But an excellent set of cattle.
And first place in Class 3B over in your Red Angus female show goes to entry number 36, Lazy JB Prime, 342, exhibited by Madison Fisher of Hempstead, Texas. And second place in that class goes entry number 43, BJF Lady, 3041L, exhibited by BJ Farms of Henning, Minnesota. Third place goes entry number 32, BKG Lefty, L10, exhibited by Grainer Farms of Milton, Minnesota. Fourth place goes entry number 38, DRED Jeanette 317L, exhibited by Dylan Red Genetics of Newark, Ohio. And fifth place goes entry number 34, JK Red Rosie 2317, exhibited by JK Red Angus of Aberdeen, North Carolina. And sixth place in that class goes entry number 40, STFC Martina 809L, exhibited by Maribel Eder of Jackson, Missouri. Congratulations to those exhibitors. Now entering the ring will be the selection of your spring heifer calf champion. Again, entering now is the selection of your spring calf champion in your Red Angus female show.
Well, as we get ready to pick our first division here on the Red Angus side, if you're sitting ringside or standing on the end, this group of heifers ought to get a guy pretty fired up. There's a lot of quality standing out here. We'll just kind of go through them quick. And this heifer that kind of leads off won the first class. I thought she was just one of the most complete in the class. When you put her in motion, she got around the ring as athletic as any of them. And we talked like, yeah, maybe we would like to raise her pins a little within the class, but a very, very nice heifer. Heifer that comes out of that second class was one that was just cowy, big middled, real complete, got around the ring very good. She was one that we talked about maybe just trying to clean up her front end a little, but another very nice heifer. The heifer coming out of the third class, she was one of the more moderate ones in the class, but I thought at the end of the day, she was just put so together and was one of the just highest quality ones within that class. And yeah, we'd like to give her a little more performance, but boy, when she's built like that, I think that's pretty acceptable within that class. The last class winner was one that we talked about, just having that unique presence and putting everything together with having that presence. You get behind her, she's got plenty of muscle, like this heifer very well. We did talk about maybe about trying to give her just a little more center rib, but when you actually step in behind her, she is real bold sprung and got a lot of turn to her lower rib. With that, let's give these exhibitors a big round of applause, and I'll go pick you a grand in reserve.
Back over here in the Belted Galloway ring, another good lineup of females, and a real nice one to go ahead and lead off. I think this heifer does a lot of the right things correct. Just a big-footed, loose-strided one that's got plenty of body and rib. I like her up through her front 1/3. I love her length of spine, her length of stride when she gets out on the go. Pretty easy place for me to go ahead and find that one to win. I think the closest pair for me to sorts 2 and 3. I like the heifer here in 2. You know, she's maybe not quite as elegant and attractive up through her front 1/3 as some, but there's a lot of body and mass and volume in this girl. 1-2 that gets out and I think handles herself a little freer and easier than the heifer standing right behind her. The young lady's heifer here coming around the corner here next. A lot of things to like in her too. Bold sprung, wide base, broody type of female. Again, there's times she gets just a little more restricted, I think, in the way she handles those hind legs out on the go, a little lower set in her pins when you compare her to a couple of the other females, but a nice heifer there in the middle of the class. The young lady's heifer here in 4, a really long-bodied, stylish, attractive one. Just needs to body up a little more to see her compete with those heifers at the top end. And then our female we're going to conclude the class with probably is a little softer through the center part of her skeleton than even the heifer right in front of her. Structurally, though, for me, she's the one that's just a little more restricted on both ends. Not quite as stout in regards to her foot and bone size either, but a nice class. Congratulations to them.
And placings in Class 8 senior heifer calves in your Belted Galloway show goes to entry number 22, PCSC Step Away, exhibited by Matthew Thurston. And second place goes to entry number 26, Highland Oaks Kiwi, exhibited by Ashley Lauman. And third place goes to entry number 21, Riversmith Purcella, exhibited by Abigail Gatt. And fourth place goes to entry number 20, Black Pearl Kesha, exhibited by Reagan Sewell. And fifth place goes to entry number 23, Goshen Farms to Farm, exhibited by Olivia Graham. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. Now in the ring is the selection of your champion senior heifer calf in your Belted Galloway show.
Real nice division lineup out here in our Belted Galloway females, and we'll talk about them briefly. I think the heifer that comes out of that first class, just so much mass and boldness and center body and rib in this one, one that you really appreciate. I think this female, too, from a composition standpoint, is in the right kind of shape. You know, she's maybe not as elegant as a couple of other heifers out here, gets a little bolder and more restricted in the way she handles that front shoulder and lower knee, but I think from there back, you have to appreciate the cow prospect in this one from her shoulders, from her shoulder back there. Really nice female. the one that comes out of that second class, I think, does a lot of things very, very well in terms of being good structured, being correct in her angles, having enough look and style up front, and then backing it up with plenty of volume and mass through the center part of her body and rib. Just a real good female there to come out of that last class. I'll get you a pair of champions. Let's give these guys in this division a nice round of applause.
And over in your Red Angus show, your spring calf champion goes to entry number 36, Lazy JB Prime, 342, exhibited by Madison Fisher of Hempstead, Texas. And your reserve spring calf champion in your Red Angus goes to entry number 29, SGCC 903 Lucy, 304L, exhibited by Smoky Gun Cattle Company of Winchester, Kentucky. Congratulations to those Red Angus exhibitors. Now in the ring is Class 6A February heifer calves in your Red Angus female show. These heifers' date of birth range from February 27th through February 10th of 2023. And your champion senior heifer calf in your Belted Galloway show goes to entry number 22, PCSC Step Away, exhibited by Matthew Thurston. Congratulations. And your reserve champion senior heifer calf goes to entry number 19, Sunnybrook Calhola, exhibited by Mark Snyder. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. And now entering the ring in your Belted Galloway show is Class 11, late summer yearling heifers. These heifers' date of birth range from August 15th through July 3rd of 2022.
in our class, February heifers over here. I think there's a logical place to start, and then after that it gives a little give and take on what you want to put your emphasis on. But the heifer we lead off on is just one that is just really, really complete, really got that appearance through her front end. She's one that has got plenty of rib. You get behind her, she's got plenty of muscle. You like her foot and bone size. Just a real logical place for me to start this class. The heifer coming out second. I think Fowler's are closest as far as her appearance goes. She's one that I would like to free her up a little bit in her front end, like to give her a little more slope to her shoulder and lay her back in her knee a little. But I like the way she's built square all the way through. Like the presence that she gives us out through her front end. Like I said, I think she kind of closely resembles our class winner. The heifer coming around third is one that you got to appreciate for the center mass that she does have. So you get behind her, there's plenty of power. Just one that you would like to tidy up through her chest floor. Gets just a little cresty in the top side of her neck. And one that we do appreciate the foot and bone on. The heifer coming around next is a heifer that we like the center rib of her when she first come in. I liked how much power and middle she had. I just like to free her up. She gets just a little tight on her ankles. Like to tidy her up in her chest floor and her throat latch. The next heifer coming around is one that I think has a little more body and a little more bone than the one that is directly behind her. Would like to lengthen her spine out a little bit and just free her up a little on both ends. The heifer rounding here last is one that we like her length of spine. When she gets in motion, she wants to kind of duck her pins a little. Like to give her just a little more center rib to get her any higher. Very good class of Februaries.
Back over here in your Belted Galloway ring, I think a good pair of cattle here on top that just kind of overwhelm in terms of body mass and softness to their skeleton. Within that pair, for me, there's one that just handles herself quite a bit better when you set them out on the go, and that's the young lady's heifer here at the front. Just a tremendous female in regards to her angles and her flexibility. You know, if you want to tidy her up a little bit at the point of her shoulder and make her just a little sleeker there at the bottom of her chest, I think you can. But there's a lot of functionality in this female, a lot of maternal characteristics that suit me a great deal here in this particular drive. I like the young lady's heifer here in two. Like I said, she's got some boldness and some shape to her center skeleton. She just doesn't put it together in quite as neat and attractive and as sound and flexible a package as the one that we go ahead and lead off with, but still a nice heifer there to follow up that class winner. Young lady's heifer that's going to come out here next in line. Again, one that probably is a little more striking, a little more eye-appealing than heifers that either go one or two. Just not enough volume and dimension in this one to compete with those heifers at the top end. And our young lady's female that's going to come out next. Again, one that probably is a little softer centered out here today. She gets a little shorter coupled, not quite as collected and just flexible and functional in the way she handles those rear two and you ask her to go. And then our red heifer that we're going to conclude the class with, again, one that's up-headed and got some eye appeal through that front 1/3. Again, just a little too tubular for me in her rib shape, a little too frail there at the ground, but a good class of females. Congratulations to them. Just a single entry here in this summer class, one that's got a lot of substance and mass and muscle shape. Certainly appreciate those things about her. We'll see how she compares to another class winner or two. We bring her back out in champion drive, but again, a lot of shape and true width and dimension in this female. Congratulations to this young lady. Good lineup of cattle here in this summer division in our Belted Galloway show, and just a pair of classes. I think some cattle that worked out of there that were competitive females. The one that comes out of the first class, I think, does a lot of things right in terms of look and balance and structural integrity. She suits me a great deal. A very respectable second as well that come out of that class that I think followed her, like we said, in terms of body shape and volume. She too is really good at the ground, just maybe not quite as attractive and eye appealing up front, and got a little more navel there underneath, but a quality female. And then the one that comes the single entry, you know, we talked about all the shape and power this girl's got. I would like to just refine her up through her shoulder and how she's laid into her skeleton there, see her a little more angular as she gets out and goes out of that front end, but still a quality drive out here. I'll get you a pair of champions if you would give them a nice hand.
And catching up over in your Belted Galloway show, first place in Class 11 goes to entry number 31, Count Line Belties Lori, exhibited by Mark Schneider. Second place in Class 11 goes to entry number 33, Sunnybrook Misty, exhibited by Allison, UT, and Terry and Julie Willis. And third place in that class goes to entry number 32, Black Pearl Keshu, exhibited by Esla Sewell. And fourth place goes to entry number 30, Highland Oak Maggie, exhibited by Jennifer Lauman. And fifth place goes inch number 29, Coker Red Rosie, exhibited by Kaylee Campbell. Congratulations. And first place in Class 12 Summer Yearling Heifers goes inch number 34, HFB Havana, exhibited by Mark Snyder. Congratulations to those exhibitors. Who won it? And your champion intermediate heifer calf goes to entry at number 31, County Line Belties Lori, exhibited by Mark Snyder. Congratulations. And your reserve division champion in your Belty show goes to entry number 33, Sunnybrook Misty, exhibited by Allison Oakty and Terry and Julie Willis. Again, congratulations to those Belted Galloway exhibitors. And now entering the ring over in your Belted Galloway show is Class 16 Spring Yearling Females. These females' date of birth range from March 11th through March 7th of 2022. And over in your Red Angus female show, placings in Class 6A are as followed. First place goes inch number 52, T-Bar S Mojo 125L, exhibited by Madison Fisher of Hempstead, Texas. And second place in that class goes inch number 49, GC113L, Petunia, exhibited by Goose Creek Farms of Whiteford, Maryland. And third place in that class goes inch number 56, RFCC Miss Annie 200L, exhibited by Max Richardson of Menardsville, Tennessee. And fourth place in that class goes to inch number 53, Dread Morgan 315L, exhibited by Dylan Red Genetics of Newark, Ohio. Fifth place goes inch number 58, FHSU Legacy 002L, exhibited by Fort Hays State University, Hays, Kansas. And sixth place in that class goes inch number 55, 3 Aces Fauna 2043, exhibited by Abby Newberry of Cedar Hill, Tennessee. And please note, entry number 30 was a scratch. Now in the ring over in your Red Angus female side is Class 6B February heifer calves. These heifers' date of birth range from February 9th through February 1st of 2023.
Another good pair of cattle over here in the Belted Galloway ring. I think a set of them that are both very big-bodied, very good volume type females. They got a good maternal look about them. Within that pair, the one that's just put together a little nicer and neater is the young lady's heifer here up front. Really striking and angular up through her front 1/3. I love the set that she's got to the point of her shoulder and the angle that she has there to her knee. I think you get her out into motion, she's certainly acceptable in regards to her length of stride, just a very well-balanced well-presented female as well out here in this drive. The young lady's heifer that's going to go 2, again, I think matches her in terms of volume and rib shape and bone and foot, just not quite as attractive and correct up through that front 1/3. She's a little plainer about her head and neck, a little deeper in her chest, and just a little more open and round there about her shoulder, but a good pair of cattle. I like them both a great deal. Congratulations to those 2 ladies.
And first place in Class 16 in your Belted Galloway female show goes to entry number 38, Sunny Brook Rita, exhibited by Maddie TB. And second place in that class goes to entry number 37, Sunny Brook Lily, exhibited by Cora Bernard. Congratulations. Now in ring is Class 17 Junior Yearling Females. This female's date of birth is February 11th of 2022.
Just a single entry here in this February class. Again, another real striking, attractive one that up front. A female that's good at the ground in regards to her flexibility. I'd maybe like to give her just a little more stoutness all the way through in terms of muscle shape and bone there at the surface, but a quality female. I like her length of spine, her length up through her front end. Nice heifer. Congratulations, young lady.
And first place in Class 17, Belted Galloways, goes to entry number 39, Bama Belties Jody Joy, exhibited by Olivia Graham. Congratulations. We're now ready to select your champion junior heifer calf in your Belted Galloway show.
Over here on the Red Angus side, a really good class here of Februaries. We can go 4 or 5 deep, and I think don't lose very much quality. There's a little give and take between all of them. A couple are a little heavier in condition, a couple of them are a little greener. I choose to start with the one that I think just balances up the best right now. I think from her forerib to her flank, she's got the most dimension and balances just the best. When we put her in motion, I think she handles her hind wheels just a little better than the heifer we have in second. The heifer in second, I will say, is a little longer and neater necked, but this one here I think is dang sure acceptable. The heifer coming in second's the greenest one in the class, and with that she has got all kinds of power. Just when we put her in motion, I think she gets just a little uncoordinated off her hind legs. Love the length of neck and the headset on that heifer in second. Heifer in third is another one that is just balanced, complete. Love her rib shape from her forerib back. She's one that lays nice into her shoulder. Would like to just relax her a little on her ankles. The heifer coming out here next is one that is just a big-bodied, real cowy looking one. Put her in motion. She gets just a little underneath of herself. Wants to kind of open up in her shoulders and get just a little bit weak in there behind her shoulders. Heifer coming out next is just a cowy, big-bodied one that gets a little restricted on both sides. The heifer ending up the class is a square-built one. Gets a little tubular in her midsection, but nice bone and footwork on her.
Another quality division over here in your Belted Galloway ring. And again, maybe numbers weren't just huge here, just a pair of classes, but I think quality is standing out here amongst us. So the heifer that comes out of that first class does a lot of things that I like. I mean, she's not the whistleless fronted one that we've seen all day long, but man, it all fits together. She's attractive, she's ladylike, really good in her bone work. I love her body shape and just her balance and her underline that she's got out here. Real high quality female. The respected second that come out of that class, I think matched her in body type, just doesn't have that added look and presence out here in the ring that this one had. And then her heifer single entry that come out of that last class, real long spined, real long strided, angular type female. She maybe doesn't match up with just the shape and volume and that easy flesh and look that we see in these other two females, but certainly a lot to like in her as well. So I'll get you a pair of champions if you would. Give these guys another nice hand.
And your champion junior heifer calf goes to entry Number 38, Sunnybrook Rita, exhibited by Maddie Tabi. Congratulations. And your reserve division champion goes to entry number 37, Sunnybrook Lily, exhibited by Cora Bernard. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. Now entering the ring is Class 20 Fall Heifers over in your Belted Galloway female show. These females' date of birth range from December 7th through November 3rd of 2021. And placings over in Class B of your Red Angus female show are as followed. First place goes to entry number 64, BJF Queen 3014L, exhibited by BJ Farms of Henning, Minnesota. Second place goes to entry number 63, TC Miss Ellie 11L, exhibited by Tucker Bayer of Ringley, Wisconsin. Third place goes to entry number 59, BJF Annie 3017L, exhibited by BJ Farms of Henning, Minnesota. Fourth place goes entry number 60, TC Adele 14L, exhibited by Tucker Bayer of Ringley, Wisconsin. Fifth place goes entry number 67, SRG Manola 3006, exhibited by Steady Run Genetics of Hedrick, Iowa. And sixth place goes entry number 61, exhibited by Fort Hays State University, Hays, Kansas. Now in the ring is Class 7 January heifer calves. These heifers' date of birth range from January 15th through January 6th of 2023. And don't forget, new this year, our Open Supreme Cattle Drive on Thursday, November 16th. That starts over in Freedom Hall 30 minutes after the last show has concluded. We do invite all of you to attend that, please.
Back over here in the Red Angus side, pretty logical place to start this class of 3. This one that wins the class pretty well excels it in every dynamic. She is one unique fronted one. She's sound in her front shoulder, sound in her front knee. She gets out off, moves real well off her hind legs. One big-bodied, square-built, very nice heifer to win the class. The next 2 heifers are similar in type and kinds. They're both kind of cowy middled. They both got a little extra front from me, and I'd like to free probably both of them up a little on both ends as they go, but very, very good heifer to win this class. Congratulations.
And placings in Class 7 of your Red Angus female show. First place goes entry number 72, Dutch TC Miss Eagle 310L, exhibited by Tucker Bayer of Ringley, Wisconsin. And second place goes entry number 71, J6 Diamond May 727L, exhibited by LePage Cattle Ltd. of Koskets, Ohio. Third place goes into number 73, 3CW Oklahoma Smoke Show, exhibited by Ava Amos of Benton, Missouri. Congratulations. Now in the ring is the selection of your junior heifer calf champion.
As we get ready to select our second division here in the Red Angus show, I tell you what, give these exhibitors a round of applause because there's some quality females standing here out here in the ring. To me, it's kind of a one-horse race in this division. I think there's one that excels the rest of them fairly handily. Then it comes a little closer between reserve, but I'm going to go pick you the two that I like the best.
And your champion junior heifer calf champion goes into number 72, Dutch TC Miss Eagle 310L, exhibited by Tucker Bayer of Ringley, Wisconsin. Congratulations. And your reserve division champion goes into number 64, BJF Queen 3014L, exhibited by BJ Farms of Henning, Minnesota. Congratulations to those exhibitors. We're now ready for Class 10 winter heifer calves over in your Red Angus female show.
Back over here in the Belted Galloway show, a good pair here on the top end, and I think a set of cattle that have some differences but are still alike in a lot of ways. And I think the young lady's heifer that I'm going to go ahead and use to start, to me, is the freshest female out here in regards to composition. She's the longest strided, loosest made heifer that we've got out here that's the most correct in terms of her angles, the way her shoulder and knee is set onto her skeleton. And then again, as I said, when you set these cattle out into motion, she can really reach and feel that track there from behind. Just a nice heifer to go ahead and lead off with. When this one come to the ring initially, I thought, well, we've got an easy place to start, and there's still a lot of things that I appreciate about her. I think she has an advantage in terms of length of body and length of spine over the heifer that we used to start with. For me, she does get a little bolder and straighter about her shoulder. She doesn't quite reach and feel that track there from behind out here for me today, but still a quality heifer there to go in two. And then our young lady's heifer that's going to come out in third, I think just run into some competition. You know, this female's got some muscle shape. She's got some thickness and some width from end to end. I think she structurally, though, is probably the one that's the most concerning off of both ends of her skeleton for me out here today. Good class of cattle. Congratulations to them.
And placings in Class 20 and automatic senior champion heifer goes to entry number 46, Sunnybrook Claire, exhibited by Allison Edgar and Terry and Julie Willis. And second place in Class 20 and automatic reserve senior champion heifer goes to entry number 47, Casa Cattle, Once Upon a Time, exhibited by Abigail Karn. And third place in Class 20 goes to entry number 45, Crooked Creek Iris, exhibited by Charlotte Albach. Congratulations to those exhibitors. We're now ready to select your grand champion, Belted Galloway heifer. Again, we are ready to select your grand champion heifer here at the North American International Livestock Expo. I would like to take this time to reintroduce your judge over in the Belted Galloway ring, Mr. Zach Butler from Milton, Tennessee. Zach is the owner and operator of Butler Creek Farms. He's a graduate of Blackhawk East and Oklahoma State. He has judged numerous shows such as the National Western, Fort Worth, North American, and Junior Nationals. If you could join me in giving Mr. Zach Butler one big round of applause for being out here with us today. And ladies and gentlemen, don't forget we are hosting a Open Supreme Cattle Drive on Thursday, November 16th over in Freedom Hall. Again, that show will start 30 minutes after the last show has concluded. We do invite all grand champions to participate in that again on Thursday, November 16th.
Oh, over here on the Red Angus side, we got a class of 4 high-quality heifers, and they're a little different all the way through. The heifer I choose to lead with is one that I think just puts it in the best package. Real sound off both ends. She's extended up through her front end. Love the way she opens up into her midsection. If I could change her a little, I'd like to kind of square her up from her hooks or her pins, but I think a logical place to start this class. Heifer coming in second is the one that probably follows our heifer that wins closely. She's one that is real balanced also. You like the way she comes in into her forerib and balances out through her flank. She's square out through her hip. Maybe wants to get just a little bit of high spine when she gets on the move. Probably give the advantage to the foot and bone work to the heifer coming around here in third. It's one that's just a big, stout, rugged one that's probably just a little on the upper size for myself, but a very good heifer. You got to like the power that she does have. Just like to see her in a little more moderate package. Heifer coming in fourth there is one that you got to like the power and body shape in her. She's one, too, that on the standstill wants to maybe toe out a little bit and just like to free her up on both ends and make her a little cleaner up through her front end. But high quality heifer to win the class. Congratulations.
And placings in Class 10 over in your Red Angus female show are as followed. First place goes entry number 80, T.W. Shiana 260, exhibited by Kennedy Evans of Campbellsburg, Kentucky. Second place goes entry number 77, 3 Aces Sweet Vision 9102, exhibited by Max Richardson of Menardville, Tennessee. Third place goes entry number 79, JCL Mimosa, exhibited by Coville Cattle of Harrodsburg, Kentucky. And fourth place goes entry number 82, AKW Chloe 11K, exhibited by Van Richardson of Menardville, Tennessee. Please note entry number 81 was a scratch. Now in the ring is Class 11A senior heifer calves. These heifers' date of birth range from October 30th through September 24th of 2022.
Over here in our Belted Galloway ring, we're going to get ready to pick you a champion in reserve female, and my hat's off to these breeders and these exhibitors for coming out here this morning. I think a tremendous lineup of cattle, a tremendous lineup of these females out here. I think as I get them back out, I'm certainly pleased with the group. I think they fit together really well in terms of type and kind. You know, I'm a big stickler on structure. I think that's where it starts, and then you can kind of build from there. And I think all these cattle, for the most part, come out of those divisions, and they were the loosest, freest moving, most athletic ones that we had that still combine some look and some maternal characteristics about them. I think from end to end, we start with the heifer calf all the way to our big heifer there at the end. I think just a really, really complete, well-balanced group. I'm not going to run back through each and every one of them, but we'll hit on a couple of them briefly. I think this heifer calf out of that first division is really, really unique. I think in terms of her elegance and her style and her presence out here in this lineup, I think it's unmatched. I mean, she's as long-fronted and good in her chest floor as any of them. She backs it up with enough body and rib. A female that, again, at the ground is really, really good in regards to her angles and her flexibility. She's certainly in the running out here today. We step back into Division 2, and a female I think rivals her. I think one that maybe even comes with a shot bigger foot and heavier bone. really, really well balanced through the center part of her skeleton. She too gives you a tremendous ladylike look through the front 1/3 there about her head and her neck and how it ties in there at the top side of her shoulder. She's another contender out here as well for me today. We come to the 3rd division, and again, I think from a structural standpoint, she fits right in with heifers out of the 1st and 2nd division. I love this one's angles and flexibility. You know, compared to those 2 heifers, she's maybe a little bit bolder about her shoulder, not quite as elegant and attractive through that front 1/3, but certainly good enough for me out here today. That's a high-quality one just in regards to her basic build and kind and that maternal look that she gives you through her center skeleton. The young lady's heifer in the next division, again, bold sprung, big volumed, as much foot and bone as any of them. I think of the group, she's maybe the one that I'd like to see handle that rear hock just a little more comfortable than what she does out here today. It's certainly not terrible by any means, but when we get to trying to get to the end of this thing, that's maybe where I change that one just a little bit. And then the heifer out of that last division. I think a good division there with a couple of heifers that were very, very nice. Again, this female from a structural standpoint just better suited me out here today. She maybe don't have the extra bells and whistles of a few other females, but still a contender, one that I like a great deal. Very respectable seconds. Again, those of you around ringside, I appreciate the opportunity to work through these females here for you this morning. Let's give these breeders and exhibitors, they're the ones that need it, the big round of applause, and I'll get you a champion in reserve.
And your grand champion, Belted Galloway, here at the 50th anniversary of the North American, goes to entry number 22, PC5C, Step Away, exhibited by Matthew Thurston. Congratulations. And your reserve grand champion, Belted Galloway, again here at the 50th North American, goes to entry at number 12. Oatley's Farm Gia 2L, exhibited by Olivia Oatley. Again, congratulations. We're now ready for Class 26 cow-calf pairs over in your Belted Galloway show. Again, we are ready for Class 26 cow-calf pairs. This will be our only cow-calf class of the day, and then we will take pictures over at the backdrop.
Over here on the Red Angus side, I'll tell you what, if you're standing ringside, one like this that wins the class ought to fire you up. Just an ultra complete, ultra balanced, good looking. Love this heifer from the side, her presence, the way she ties in behind her shoulder, the way she ties into her forerib all the way through her flank. You get up on her and she's got plenty of power. She's the most agile one in the group. maybe if you want to nitpick on her, you could jack her pins up just a little bit to square her hip out, but a very, very high quality heifer to win this class. The heifer that fouls her, probably fowlers are the closest in type and kind. I'll be the first to admit. I'd like to see her move a little freer off both ends, but to me, she's one that just ties in a little higher in her neck set. She's big and open ribbed. She's one that maybe gets just a little flat down low when you step in behind her, but I thought she was a logical second in this class. The young man's heifer here in third is one that's just real nice, feminine head and neck, maybe just gives up a little bone work compared to the one in front of her. When you put her in motion, to me, she's not as agile as the class winner. She may be just a little freer moving than the one in second, but I thought that was a pretty close call between those two. Heifer coming out here next is one big-bodied, easy-doing kind of heifer. With that, she's got a little extra throat, a little extra chest in her I'd like to clean up. I'd like to give her just a little more bone work compared to the one behind her. The one behind her's obviously bigger bone, bigger footed, but just one that maybe wants to duck her pins and get a little more tubular, and like to clean her up through her front end also. But very, very high-quality heifer to win this class. Congratulations.
And first place in Class 11A Red Angus females goes to entry number 88, TBARS Miss 5028K, exhibited by Hadley Hartman of Tecumseh, Nebraska. And second place in that class goes to entry number 90, 3 Aces Daisy 9062, exhibited by Layla Sims of McWinn, Tennessee. Third place goes to entry number 92, 50AK Countless 2627, exhibited by Grant Giffey of Sparta, Tennessee. And fourth place goes to entry number 87, 7K7G Chrome K051, exhibited by Zachary Griffith of Minerva, Oklahoma. Fifth place goes entry number 84, Red LePage 10591E, Energize, exhibited by Montana Sleuths of Coshocton, Ohio. Congratulations to those exhibitors. Now in the ring is Class 11B Senior Heifer Calves. These heifers' date of birth range from September 16th through September 4th of 2022.
Back in the Belted Galloway ring, we get into your cow-calf show, and just a pair of them here, and so this will be our automatic champion in reserve. We'll talk about them briefly. The first pair, I think, doing a real good job. Female that I think from a phenotype standpoint is kind of stamped the same look that she's got into her calf. Attractive female with an attractive bull calf there at side. I like the way he's put together and the way he's designed. You know, maybe for me, I wish there was just maybe a little more milk flow there in that female at this stage of the game, but I do appreciate her, and just in terms of her build and her kind, and doing a good job with that bull calf there at side. The second pair here, a little more rugged, a little more massive individual just in terms of pounds and performance. I think she too is injecting that into her offspring with a real stout, rugged made bull calf there at side. Really like the udder design there, that female there that stands here at the back. Let's give these cow-calf exhibitors a round of applause. I'll get you a champion in reserve.
And first place in Class 26 and automatic grand champion Belted Galloway cow-calf pair goes to entry number 53, Sunnybrook Rosa, exhibited by Terry and Julie Willis. Congratulations. And second place in Class 26 and your reserve grand champion cow-calf pair goes to entry number 52, Sunnybrook Rebel, exhibited by Maddie TB. Congratulations.
over here on our Red Angus side. I think we got another logical start here. This one's probably the greenest one in the class, but I think she's also the highest quality one, probably has the most future in my mind. One that is just very feminine up through her front end. She's one that you step behind her and she's probably the squarest hipped one. Maybe not as much muscle down low when you step behind her, but I think that's a lot of just being a little greener. But she's definitely, when you put her in motion, the most athletic one of the group. Very nice heifer to start the class with. Congratulations. Heifer coming next is one that has got a lot of power to her. She's big boned. She's got some length of spine. She's big middled. Probably carrying just a little too much condition for me today, but one that's going to be an easy keeping cow for this young man. Congratulations. Heifer coming around next is one that is built a little more compact. I'd like to lengthen her spine a little bit, but when you do get behind her, she does have tons of muscle. She's got tons of body. Like to just free her up just a little as she gets going, but and lengthen her out. Like I said, that's a nice heifer right there. The young lady's heifer coming next is one that is going to be an easy doing cow for this young lady. She's one you'd like to just give her a little more foot and bone, clean her up a little in her chest floor, but she's a big-bodied, easy-keeping one. Congratulations.
And placings in Class 11B Red Angus females are as followed. First place goes inch number 8, 3 Aces Fauna 9042, exhibited by Andrew Meyer of Clinton, Tennessee. Second place goes inch number 94, LLS Reba 02K, exhibited by Logan Swartz of Coulter, Indiana. Third place goes inch number 95, Graham Cedar Gold 22K, exhibited by Pelton Hills Farms of Fort Valley, Virginia. And fourth place in that class goes inch number 93, LLS Maybell 03K, exhibited by Lilia Schwartz of Coulter, Indiana. Please note that entry 99 and 97 were scratches. And now in the ring, it will be the selection of your fall heifer calf champion in your Red Angus female show.
As we get ready to select our fall heifer calf division here, these 6 females I think represent what we've seen in this division very well. I'm very happy with the 6 that we have out here. We'll talk about the 3 on this side first. Heifer who wins the first class was one I thought won that class pretty handily. She's just ultra complete, ultra balanced. She's one that we like the way she ties in everywhere. She's big, bold sprung. We mentioned in class, we'd like to maybe jack her pins up just a little bit, but a very nice heifer. The heifer that comes out of the second class was one that won it very, very easy in my mind. She's just one of those ones you look at and you say, wow, that one there is pretty darn nice. Just from forerib to flank, the balance she has, the structure correctness, everything about the way she ties into her head and neck, we like a great deal. Just a very, very good heifer. The heifer that wins the third division was one we talked that was probably the greenest one in that class, but definitely the most athletic. She's one, too, that I think in time we get a little more weight on her. I think that one's future ahead of her is really good. I love the way that she can get out and move. In my mind, there's one in this division, and it's kind of non-negotiable. Then it gets a little closer for the reserve, but I'll pick your champion.
And your champion fall heifer calf goes to entry number 88, T Bars Miss 5028K, exhibited by Hadley Hartman of Tecumseh, Nebraska. Congratulations.
we pulled a second back out here into that class. And then within that class, she was the one that was the closest to our champion. We commented that, yeah, we liked her, the way she was built, her squareness and whatnot, but we also commented that I'd like to change the way she moves off of both ends. For me, the young lady that wins the first class will be your reserve. Congratulations.
And your reserve fall heifer calf champion goes to entry number 80, T.W. Shana 260K, exhibited by Kennedy Evans of Campbellsburg, Kentucky. Congratulations to those exhibitors. We're now ready for Class 15 summer yearling females. These heifers range These heifers' date of birth are from June 7th through June 22nd of 2022.
how we get here into our class of June heifers, which I guess is also the Division II. But I think the most highest quality one wins the class. In my opinion, all three are probably carrying plenty of condition for myself, but I think this one here just combines the balance and completeness, the structural correctness that we like the way their center rib, and she's just so much more powerful there than probably the two behind her. She's one, when you ask her to get out and go, moves around the ring very well. Love the way she ties into her head and neck. Very high quality heifer to win the class and win this division. I think the heifer that comes right behind her is the closest between the next two. She's one that's just a real cowy, broody cow appearing one. I'd like to kind of clean her up and lengthen her front end a little bit. She's one that when you get behind her that does have tons of muscle. Very, very good cow for that young lady coming second. Heifer in third is one that has a neat look to her. She's real square built. To me, she gets just a little steep in her shoulder and gets a little restricted off her front end. Like to give her a little more center rib and dimension. Very, very nice heifer to win that division. Let's give her a round of applause.
And first place in Class 15 in automatic intermediate champion heifer goes to entry number 104, FCFR Roxy 246, exhibited by Lauren Walter of Ashton, Illinois. And second place goes entry number 102, and that will be automatic reserve division KJHT FCRFR Sachi 2082, exhibited by Olivia Naylor of Connorsville, Indiana. And third place in that class goes entry number 103, TC Cashmere 112K, exhibited by Claire Jo Kilman of Beimer, Missouri. Congratulations. Now entering the ring is Class 18 in your Red Angus female show. These heifers' date of birth range from April 21st through April 1st of 2022.
Another good class of heifers over here on the Red Angus side. Gets a little more difficult to kind of pick and choose where you want to land, I guess. For me, the heifer that I use just is when we put her in motion, she's probably the most agile off both ends. She's one that's got the biggest bone, biggest foot on her. She's a little bit coarse in her lower shoulder compared to the heifer that's right behind her. But I just think, far as just a complete package, quality animal, most agile, she wins the class for me. The heifer coming in second, I love how lean she is. I love the way she lays in and ties into her shoulder and her head and neck. I love the balance of ribs she has, square, complete. The biggest thing I have with this one is when we put her in motion, she just wants to get outside her skeleton a little bit. But to me, compared to the one behind her, I guess I look down the road and think I can utilize that one to probably try to raise more show heifers and try to correct her movement off her rear end. The big stout one in the class is just a big broody cow. Like the way she's built from her blades back. Just like to give her a little more slope to her shoulder and clean her up down there through her chest.
And placings in Class 18 of your Red Angus female show goes to entry number 111, BJF Flow 2157K, exhibited by Brooklyn Luke Henning of Minnesota. And second place goes entry number 115, L1G KIP Miss Revolution Star K114, exhibited by Lauren Goki of State Center, Iowa. Third place in that class goes entry number 112, TC Sugar K78, exhibited by Tucker Bayer of Ringley, Wisconsin. And entry number 114 was a scratch. Now entering the ring is Class 19 Red Angus females. These females' date of birth range from March 27th through March 5th of 2022. We have just concluded pictures over in your Belted Galloway show. We are ready for Class 30 early summer bull calves. Again, we are ready for Class 30 Belted Galloway bulls.
As we get back rolling over here on the Belted Galloway show, just a single entry here as we kickstart off with our bull division. And again, we talked this guy earlier on the side of the cow. I like his build. I like his balance. Really unique individual in terms of having some rib shape and some curvature to his center skeleton. He's good at the ground as well. Nice single entry. Congratulations on this class winner.
And first place in Class 30 early summer bull calves in your Belted Galloway Bull Show goes to inch number 56, MT Goose, exhibited by Maddie TB. Congratulations. Now entering the ring is Class 31 bull spring calves. These bulls' date of birth range from April 8th through March 3rd of 2023.
Over here on the Red Angus side, a class of 5 heifers here, then a little more difficult to kind of sort through what you want to put your emphasis on. I don't know if there's one in here that just pops out and says, hey, here I am, come use me. But where I started with was a heifer that probably on the standstill probably is the nicest and neatest in through her shoulder. She ties in probably the best right in there in her forerib, carries out into a big open rib cage. Where I'd like to change this one a little, I'd like to set her, when she gets into motion, I'd like to see her a little freer moving off her front end and drop her tail head in, but I thought she was just the most complete package, highest quality one, stand still and probably on the move. The heifer here in second is one that the head and neck set you really got to appreciate. She's one from a hook's bone forward. I love this thing, but when we get her in motion, she kind of wants to get a little uncoordinated off her hind legs. Likes to every now and then wants to get up on her pasterns, duck her pins as she goes, but a big ribbed, real good looking heifer there in second. Heifer in third is one that might be the soundest one in the group. To me, she just doesn't maybe open up in as a bigger rib cage, doesn't maybe have the length of spine, and would like to clean her up through her chest and throat area, make her a little more feminine, a little more maternal looking right there. Big stout one coming next is just a big old broody cow, one that's got plenty of power, but along with that's got a lot of condition to go with it. Like to clean her up through her chest, through her throat latch, and condition her back just a little bit. Heifer rounding up is just a real square built one, but needs a little more bells and whistles to get up a little higher. Like to lengthen her front end, make her a little more maternal looker, give her a little more foot and bone. But very good class.
And placings for Class 19 Red Angus females are as followed. First place goes inch number 116, 111KF, Miss Madonna K5010, exhibited by Kyler Plug of Lincoln, Nebraska. Second place goes inch number 119, HEH Georgia 1K, exhibited by Hanley Hartman of Tuscany, Nebraska. And third place goes inch number 45, NIO Bayberry 2157, exhibited by Paige Wood of Big Cabin, Oklahoma. And fourth place in that class goes inch number 122, KJHT Tricky 2110, exhibited by Delaney Nalor of Connorsville, Indiana. Fifth place goes inch number 117, HILCO Tarmony 2008K, exhibited by Kyra Moore of Fountain Run, Kentucky. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. We'll now be selecting your senior intermediate champion heifer.
Over here in the Belted Galloway ring in our second class of bulls, a nice trio of them. I'm going to use this young lady over here to my right. Again, I think just from a structural build standpoint, this one best suits me. He's the most flexible, most athletic. He's got the biggest foot and the stoutest bone out here in the group. I like him in his sheath and his testicle development as well. Good bodied, good rib, nice looking one there to go ahead and lead off with. Young lady's calf is going to come out here next. It was off of our champion pair. I like the lines of this guy. He's really good in his top. He's long and level out of his hip. You know, he maybe doesn't have that soft center rib and body and that one that we use to go ahead and lead off with. But again, one that's athletic and structurally he's correct on both ends. Our young lady's bull that we're going to conclude with, a rugged one. He's got some body and some muscle thickness to him. Appreciate that about him. I think structurally he's a little more uncoordinated and kind of crooked in the way that hind leg wants to go, just not as comfortable there at the ground. He's got a little more sheath as well for me, but a good class. Congratulations to them.
And placings in Class 31 Spring Bull Calves over in your Belted Galloway show. First place goes inch number 59, KEW Apollo, exhibited by Callie and Emily Wilkerson. And second place goes to entry number 57, Sunnybrook Cooper 10L, exhibited by Terry and Julie Willis. And third place goes entry number 58, Sunnybrook Reno, exhibited by Terry and Julie Willis. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors.
Nice division of these Belted Galloway bulls out here, just a trio of them, a pair of classes. But again, we talked them there earlier. I like the look and the length of the first calf. The young lady's bull's got a little more body and flexibility for me out here today, and a very respectable second as well. So if you would, give these guys a nice round of applause, and I'll get you a champion in reserve.
Over here on our Red Angus side, we got 4 individuals out here for our in contention for our division, and to me, it's a little bit of give and take here. What you want to land on? I'll talk these first 2 here and tell you kind of what I see. The heifer that wins this first class, she's one that when you put her in motion, she's the most athletic of the whole group. She's one that can just get out and go. Her bone and foot side is big. She's one that's big ribbed. If we would want to change her a little, we'd like to make her a little neater up through her head and throat. But to me, she's one that's just pretty complete. And when we do put her in motion, I think she gets around very, very well. The heifer that comes out of the second class is one I like the way she sets into her shoulder. A little smoother there than the heifer in front of her. She's one that actually, when you get behind her, probably has a little more power when you step in from quarter to quarter. We talked like we'd like to set her tail to head down into it. To me, when we put her in motion, she just wants to struggle a little off both ends. So when it comes down to it, the young man's heifer that gets around the ring good is going to be your champion.
And your senior intermediate champion heifer over in your Red Angus female show goes to entry 111, BJF Flow 2157K, exhibited by Borgdunk Luke of Henning, Minnesota. Congratulations.
Just a single entry here in the Belted Galloway ring. A real muscular type of bull here. Could stand a little more competition. I like his length of stride and his length of body as he gets out and goes. Nice class winner. Congratulations, young lady.
When we pull the second place out here for reserve, just talk her quickly. She's one that we like the way that she's so feminine and maternal up through her front end and carries it out through a big balanced rib cage and square hip. She was one too that we talked about when we put in motion, just wants to get outside her skeleton a pretty good ways. I think we'll go with the young man's class winner here for reserve. Congratulations.
And your reserve senior intermediate champion heifer in your Red Angus show goes to entry number 116 at 111KF, Miss Madonna, K5010, exhibited by Kyler Plug of Lincoln, Nebraska. Congratulations. And now entering the ring is Class 22 Red Angus females. Again, entering the ring now is Class 22 Red Angus females. These heifers' date of birth range from February 26th through February 4th of 2022. And catching up over in your Belted Galloway Bull Show, champion junior bull calf goes to entry number 59, KEW Apollo, exhibited by Kyle and Emily Wilkerson. And your reserve division bull calf goes to entry number 56, MT Goose, exhibited by Maddie TB. Congratulations. First place in Class 35 of your Belted Galloway Bull Show goes to entry number 62, Riversmith Cal Naughton Jr., exhibited by Josh Smith and Abigail Gant. That will also be your automatic champion senior bull calf. Now in the ring is Class 47 Junior Yearling Bulls. These bulls' date of birth range from September 14th through September 5th of 2021.
A nice pair of bulls over here in the Belted Galloway ring, and some subtle differences in them. And the young man's bull I'm going to go ahead and lead off with, for me, is just a little more masculine. He's got a little more muscle shape and curve and turn to his upper rib and through his center body. You set him out into motion, he really can reach and feel that track. He's a bigger testicled bull of the pair. You know, where I would change him a little bit, there's times out on the go he wants to get just a little tighter in his spine, but I like this bull's angles just in terms of his reach and flex out of that hip and hind leg. And again, there's just a little more width of base and natural thickness, I think, from end to end in this guy. The young lady's bull here in 2, again, one that I like. I think from the profile, he's really long-sided and extended. You set him into motion. He's real comfortable and athletic there at the surface. He does get just a little flatter in terms of his muscle shape and just his base width as you watch him go away from you there, but a nice calf. Congratulations to both those exhibitors.
And first place in Class 47, Belted Galloway Bulls and automatic champion senior bull goes to entry number 70, Oatley's Farm Hypnotic 6J, exhibited by Ethan Oatley. Congratulations. And second place in Class 47 and automatic reserve champion senior bull goes to entry number 69, Harmony Meadows Nor'easter, exhibited by Matthew and Emily Sewell. Congratulations to those exhibitors. Thank you. And we're now ready for the selection of your grand champion Belted Galloway Bull here at the 50th anniversary of the North American. Again, we are ready to select your grand champion Belted Galloway Bull. And don't forget, we are hosting a Open Supreme Cattle Drive on Thursday, November 16th. That show will start in Freedom Hall 30 minutes after the last show has concluded. We do hope to see all champions there.
Well, an awesome lineup here in our Belted Galloway Bull Show. And again, not a lot of numbers, but I think the quality can still rival with what we had in the heifer show. Again, I think for me, it kind of starts at the ground with some functional, good built ones, and that first division winner, I think, kind of fits that mold. This guy is built really, really well. He's dense. He's three-dimensional. His angles are correct. He's really good at the ground when you set him into motion. You know, he's not the longest spined or the longest bodied one out here. He gets a little shorter coupled compared to some of the other cattle, but I like his kind. I like the look that he gives you out here. I think that guy's got a nice future and certainly in contention out here today. The young ladies bull out of the middle division, the second division there, like we said earlier, a lot of shape and masculinity in this guy. I would like to stouten him up at the ground just in terms of foot size and bone a little bit for me out here today, but a real solid calf. And then we get to our older bull there, just a pair of them in that division. I think both were really good cattle. This guy, again, for me, just has a little more shape and three-dimensional look about him. You get him out on the go, and he handles that hip and hind leg really well for me. So an outstanding lineup of bulls. If you would, give these guys a nice round of applause. I'll get you a champion in reserve.
And your grand champion, a Belted Galloway bull here at the 50th anniversary of the North American, goes to entry number 70, Oatley's Farm, Hypnotic 6J, exhibited by Ethan Oatley. Congratulations. And your reserve grand champion, Belted Galloway bull, goes to entry number 59, KEW Apollo, exhibited by Kyle and Emily Wilkerson. Congratulations to those exhibitors.
Over here on our Red Angus side, a class of just a big group of just stout cows here. The one I choose to start with is one that's probably just the most feminine about her head and neck. Opens up to just a big rib cage in terms of just dimension, and comes out into a big square hip and quarter. She's one when we put her in motion. She kind of wants to get just a little underneath of herself, but I think, in all honesty, that the ones that suits me just the best, and just far as just pure package of just completeness. The heifer coming out second is one that is a little on the bigger side, but she's one I think follows our class winner just as close as the rest. She's one that has that nice head and neck set, comes out into a big rib section. I'd like to give this heifer a little more foot and bone and maybe tone her down as far as her condition goes, but I think she closely resembles our class winner amongst this group. The heifer coming around here next is one that you got to like her for her length of spine, and she gets around the ring very agile. She's one when you compare her to their two in front, maybe just doesn't have that big, bold spring rib to her. She's one that that maybe gets a little bit plainer there through her throat, and but very good square built one there coming in third. Heifer coming in fourth is one. You got to like her length of spine, but with that, she wants to drop her loin a little when she gets going. Like to give her a little more rib and a little more added bone and to that heifer. Heifer coming around next is another big ribbed one that just gets a little plain up through her front end and is carrying a little extra condition for me today, but a really big bodied, easy keeping one. The young lady coming around next has got a good looking heifer. She just, when you compare her to the rest of the class, just kind of gives up that center mass and wants to get just a little frailer in her bone work. The young lady coming with the dark red heifer finishing the class is just a little more compact built, gets a little shorter spine, gets a little steeper and straighter in her shoulder, but very competitive class there too in this February class.
And placings in Class 22 Red Angus females are as followed. First place goes entry number 132, Fantasy's Dream, 2036K, exhibited by Luke Pouston of Harpers Ferry, Iowa. Second place in that class goes entry number 134, TKP Tilly Tilly, 2088, exhibited by CB2 Cattle Company of Brooklyn, Iowa. And third place in that class goes entry number 133, 5 Oak Falling Water, 2604, exhibited by Gunnar Giffey of Sparta, Tennessee. Fourth place in that class goes to entry number 68, H.H. Larker Barba, 2066, exhibited by Pagewood of Big Cabin, Oklahoma. And fifth place in that class goes to entry number 128, 7K ZG Kelsey, 217K, exhibited by Zachary Griffith of Marinara, Oklahoma. And sixth place in that class goes to entry number 135, exhibited by Kyra Moore of Fountain Run, Kentucky. And seventh place goes to entry number 130, exhibited by Jones County Junior College of Evansville, Mississippi. Congratulations to those exhibitors. Now, currently in the ring is Class 23 January Junior Yearling Heifers. These heifers' date of birth range from January 28th through January 9th of 2022. And your champion get-a-sire goes to HCS Flanagan. That is your champion get-a-sire over in your Belted Galloway show. Congratulations. And over in your Red Angus show, we are working on Class 23 January Junior Yearling Heifers. And congratulations to Sunnybrook Farm for your champion breeders herd over in the Belted Galloway show. Congratulations. We're now ready for Class 61 feeder steers over in your Belted Galloway show. Again, we are ready for Class 61 feeder steers.
Just a single entry here as we start off your steer show on the Belted Galloway ring. A real good looking one, long bodied, long spined, athletic, and you get him out on the go. Going to make a nice feeder calf for this young lady on down the road. Congratulations to her on this class winner.
And first place in Class 61 feeder steers over in your Belted Galloway show goes to entry number 2, Sunnybrook Ernie, exhibited by Meredith McBride. Congratulations.
Over here on Red Angus side, we're getting our January class, and tell you it's 1, 2, 3 deep in here, but there is one that probably just stands out more than any of them in my opinion. The heifer I'm going to lead off with. Just one that is just immaculate in her balance and completeness. She is one that has got an awesome feminine head, maternal head set to her. She opens up into just a big, robust rib cage. She's big-footed. You put her in motion, and she can just get her glide around the lane with ease. If anything, I'd like to maybe tidy her up just a little in her chest floor, but that's getting pretty nitpicky on a very, very high-quality animal. Heifer coming in second. I think she's one that is just a big, stout, rugged one that she probably excels the heifer right behind her, just in pure power, especially down through her lower quarter. She's maybe not as neat and pretty in through her headset, but to me, she's just a little bigger rib. When you step in behind her, she definitely has got a little more power from quarter to quarter. She too is one that when you put in motion that we like real well. Heifer coming third is one that the head and neck set, the way she sets up there is ideal as can be, but when you study her from there back, she just wants to flatten out a little from stifle to stifle. We put her in motion. I think that she can get around the ring very easily. Another thing, I just like to moderate her teat size just a little bit. Young lady's heifer coming here next is one that's just big and big-bodied, going to be an easy keeping one. If we could change her, like to clean her a little up there in her chest floor. Like to give her a little added bone and foot to get her any higher. Young man coming around next has got a really square-built heifer, just needs a little bit of a little rib shape and a little extra performance to get her any higher. The young man coming around here with the cowboy hat has got another real square-built one that we'd like to tidy up a little in her chest floor and just give her some added rib. But very, very high-quality heifer to win this class. Congratulations.
And placings in Class 23 over in your Red Angus female show. First place goes entry number 10, D-Dad Abby Gabby, exhibited by Morgan Jackson of Kaufman, Texas. Second place goes to entry number 139, AMTC Princess Lena, 1K1, exhibited by Marcy Harward of Richfield, North Carolina. Third place goes to entry number 136, Rosewood Lola, 222K, exhibited by Campbell Bletcher of Buncombe, Illinois. Fourth place goes to entry number 140, C-Bar Mimi, 201K, exhibited by Mabry Ender of Jackson, Missouri. Fifth place in that class goes to entry number 141, T5 Kathleen, 2559, exhibited by Jones County Junior College of Ellisville, Mississippi. Sixth place goes to entry number 142, T5 Charlotte, 2517, exhibited by Jones County Junior College of Ellisville, Mississippi. We'll now be selecting your junior champion female over in your Red Angus female show.
We get over here in our junior yearling division for the Red Angus. I think we got 4 individuals out here that represent the breed very well. You know, if you're a breeder or you're just sitting ringside looking to think about getting into the breed, tell you what, look at these 4 and it ought to make you think pretty hard. You know, years ago, I didn't do a whole lot of judging, did a little in 4-H, a little bit in junior college, and I had a judging team coach once told me that when you find the obvious one, don't go beat it. In this division, I think there's one that just stands out amongst the rest of them. I'm going to go pick her for your champion division. It gets a little closer in my mind for reserve. We'll pull the seconds in and take another look.
Back in our Belted Galloway ring, another class of steers here, and I'm going to kind of use this grayer colored Galloway here to go ahead and lead off this class with. I think a top pair of cattle that are just a little more practical in their body and in their feeding ability for me. The young man steer I'm going to go ahead and lead off with. I like the look that he gives me out here. I like his structural soundness and integrity. Comes with a little added shape and dimension too, and you get in behind the cattle, nice steer. I like the body and the rib and the young lady steer here in second. For me, he gets a little straighter off of both ends of that skeleton than our class winner. And then as we get into our third place steer there, a little bigger frame, more extended type of a steer. For me, just gets a little too narrow and flat relative to that extra frame and length that he's got. And then we'll conclude the class with one that has some top shape and some turn and dimension to his upper skeleton. Just not enough body and mass in this guy for me to run him up any higher in this particular drive. But a good class. Congratulations to them.
And first place in Class 62 finished steers over in your Belted Galloway show goes to entry number 80, a Gypsy's Cowabunga, exhibited by Tanner Dyer. Congratulations. And second place goes to entry number 40, Sunnybrook Magistro, exhibited by Haley Hillhouse. Third place in that class goes to entry number 83, Moonshadow Thor, exhibited by Tommy McGuire. And fourth place goes to entry number 82, Sunnybrook Denzo, exhibited by Charlotte Albach. Congratulations to those exhibitors. We're now ready to select your champion purebred steer over in your Belted Galloway show. And placings in Class 23 of your Red Angus female show are as followed. First place goes entry number 10, D-Dad Abby Gabby, exhibited by Morgan Jackson of Kaufman, Texas. And second place in Class 23 goes to entry number 136, Rosewood Blola 222K, exhibited by Campbell Bletcher of Buncombe, Illinois. Second place in that class goes to entry number 139. Fourth place goes to entry number 140. Fifth place goes 141, and sixth place goes to 142. And your junior champion female goes to entry number 10, D. Dad Abby Gabby, exhibited by Morgan Jackson of Kaufman, Texas. And your reserve junior champion female goes to entry number 139, AMTC Princess Lena 1K1, exhibited by Marcy Harwood of Richfield, North Carolina. Congratulations.
Back over here in our Belted Galloway ring, we're going to pick you a champion and reserve steer. Not a lot of numbers, but I think still quality are out here amongst us on the green shavings. My hat's off to the breeders and the exhibitors. And again, I appreciate the time to get to work with each and every one of you out here today. So with that said, I'll get you a champion and reserve steer. If you would, again, give them a nice round of applause.
And your champion purebred Belted Galloway steer goes entry number 80, a Gypsy's Cowabunga, exhibited by Tanner Dower. Congratulations. And your reserve champion purebred steer goes entry number 40, Sunny Brook Majesto, exhibited by Haley Hillhouse. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. And we will need Class P65 Club Calf steers over in your percentage steer show in your Belted Galloways. And I would like to take this time to introduce your judge over in your Red Angus show one more time, Mr. Brandon Jones. Brandon Jones resides in Greeley, Illinois with his wife Kathy and two daughters, Charlie and Chandler, where he owns and operates Jones Show Cattle, selling elite caliber show steers across the country. He is also partners with Kathy's family in Prairie View Farms, which is located in Gridley, a primary Angus seastock operation. When he's not busy with the cattle, he co-owns and manages MJ Grain LLC, the family's corn and soybean grain farming operation in central Illinois. Brandon has dedicated his life to helping kids across the country achieve their goals with their cattle projects and out of the show ring. If you could, join me in giving Mr. Brandon Jones a round of applause.
Well, we get ready to pick our champion female here on the Red Angus side, and I tell you what, I couldn't be happier with the lineup that I have out here. And for you, you Red Angus enthusiasts, breeders, everybody that makes all this happen, I tell you what, you ought to be pretty excited yourself, because this is an excellent set of heifers standing here in front of me. Let's give all these exhibitors a round of applause before we start. We talked all these individuals, through their classes. There's a few of them that, in my opinion, stand out. Maybe we'll kind of take a quick overview of these, and then we'll go ahead and pick you a champion heifer. The heifer that wins the first division is one that is just so unique in her makeup. She is square built. She has got that long head neck set, one that I like really well. Maybe when we get her in motion, we'd like to free her up just a little. She wants to get just a little tight and up in her spine when she goes, but a very unique heifer calf there. The next calf was one I liked a great deal in that division. Just one that is square and sound and long-necked, big-bodied, just one that I like pretty good. We talked there, maybe we'd like to kind of just fill her in a little there behind her shoulders, down through her heart, but the one that I really, really like and I think has a great deal of future. Coming up here next, young lady with the cowboy hat has the fall. This one here, we talked in division, is one that I just thought was just completely balanced, sound, just one, you love her from her forerib all the way to her flank in terms of just her balance. Too, she was one that we loved the way her head and neck set up there. And we commented, I'd like to kind of square her up a little there in her between from her hooks to her pins, but I think it's that heifer has got the bone and foot and just a complete package enough. I like that one a great deal. And then we come down here all the way to the end, and to have one that is this fresh and to look like this at this stage of her life, I tell you what, I like this one a great deal. She is one just maternal head and neck one. Opens up into a huge rib cage. You get behind her, she has got plenty of power, plenty of foot and bone. She's one that we maybe if you want to get a little nitpicky, like set her chest in her a little, but hey, for this stage of the game, I think it's perfectly fine. In my opinion, I think this is an awesome set of lineup of females for you Red Angus breeders. It's been an honor to be out here with all y'all. In my opinion, there's one out here I like in a great deal and gets a little closer for reserve, but I'm going to pick you a grand in reserve. Thank you.
And your grand champion, Red Angus female, here at the 50th anniversary of the North American, goes to entry number 10, D Dad Abby Gabby, exhibited by Morgan Jackson of Kaufman, Texas. Congratulations. And your reserve grand champion, Red Angus female, goes to entry number 88, T-Bars Miss 5028, exhibited by Hadley Hartman of Tecumseh, Nebraska. Congratulations. We will take a short picture break, and then we'll be ready for your Red Angus bulls.
Back over here on the Belted Galloway side as we get into another set of steers here. A good class. I like the young man's calf to go ahead and win. A little more shape and turn to his upper skeleton for me out here today. I like his angles and his flexibility as he gets out on the go. The young lady's wider belted calf, again, I think at the profile you appreciate him in regards to his lines and his look. You get in behind him, he's a little flatter, a little narrower base than the one that I'm going to go ahead and use to start with. Congratulations to them.
And first place in Class 65 Club Calf Steers goes entry number 75, HMD Buffalo, exhibited by Henry Dyer. And second place in that class goes entry number 77, Rock Creek Sheriff Bart, exhibited by Jeffrey Allen and Alexander Alder. Congratulations. We're now ready for Class 66 percentage feeder steers.
Just a single entry here in this feeder steer class. Again, a shapely individual from this angle. You'll appreciate the wedge shape that he gives you in terms of having some turn out of his top of his shoulder. Comes back to a nice stifle and hip there from behind. Get him out on the go is acceptable in regards to having some flexibility off of both ends. Nice single entry. Congratulations.
And first place in Class 66 goes to entry number 79, River Smith, Ricky Bobby, exhibited by Josh Smith, Abigail Gant, and Isabel H. Congratulations. Now in the ring is Class 67 percentage finish steers.
As we get into a little more weight and out here in our steer lineup in the Belted Galloway ring, I'm going to go ahead and use this young lady's calf. Again, just a little more body, a little more rib, a little easier feed and look, one that looks to me like he'll just convert a little better once he's put on feed. Just a nice calf there to go ahead and lead off. I like the length and the angularity and the look of the young lady steer here in 2. Just want to mass him up, power him up a little bit better, but a good class of steers. Congratulations.
And first place in Class 67 goes to entry number 81, Rahe Family Belties Corn Dog, exhibited by Tommy McGuire. Congratulations. Second place goes to entry number 78, Calmon Ranch Duncan, exhibited by Callie Campbell. We're now ready to select your champion percentage steer here at your Belted Galloway show.
Out here in your champion steer drive, I think we've got a real good lineup of cattle. Again, I think from start to finish, some cattle that have some feeding ability. They've got some body and some rib in them. You appreciate some shape and some muscularity that you see amongst the cattle. For me, there's a calf that I think just really puts a lot of good things together and has a great future on down the road. Maybe giving up some just overall size out here today, but giving up definitely one that's a little younger as well, but I like the conformation of the steer. I'll go out and get you a champion in reserve. If you would, give these guys a nice round of applause.
And your champion percentage steer goes to entry number 75, HMD Buffalo, exhibited by Henry Dyer. Congratulations. And your reserve champion percentage steer goes to entry number 79, River Smith Ricky Bobby, exhibited by Josh Smith, Abigail Gant, and Isabella H. Congratulations to those exhibitors. We're now ready to start with Class 70 late spring heifer calves over in your purebred mismarked heifers and your Belted Galloway show.
Just a single entry here as we start off the mismarked division here in our Belted Galloway show, and those of you maybe that are unfamiliar a little bit, the mismarked deal is just where their belt's not complete all the way around them. but still quality cattle that you want to get out and exhibit and represent your operation. And I think a good way to start off this show, real attractive, real stylish one, got some look and some balance. I love the foot and the bone under this young heifer calf. I think she'll be really neat, fun to play with on down the road. Congratulations to this young lady.
And first place in Class 70 goes to entry number 1, Sunnybrook Zoe, exhibited by Cora Bernard. Congratulations. That will also be automatic champion junior heifer calf. We're now ready for Class 72 senior heifer calves over in your purebred mismarked heifer show.
Another nice heifer here, just a single entry once again, but I like the length, I like the look in this one. Another one that's not lacking for being sound and flexible out here in the ring. A real complete individual that's well balanced. Congratulations to this young lady.
And first place in Class 72 and automatic champion senior heifer calf goes to inch number 25, Rock Creek Lily Von Stump, exhibited by Jeffrey, Elaine, and Alexander Adler. Congratulations. We're now ready to select your grand champion, mismarked heifer, here in your Belted Galloway show.
Just a pair of them here for your champion drive, but good cattle once again. You know, if they'd have been in the other show too, they'd have been competitive females, no doubt. Just their markings kind of threw them off and had to put them into this division. But, you know, like we said, that heifer calf is really, really neat and attractive there up front. She's got big feet and big legs. You appreciate those things about her. The older calf there out of that second class, real broody, real maternal, still gives you a good look. I like the way she can handle herself too when asked to lead. Real nice pair of cattle. Those of you that are around ringside, let's give these two young ladies a nice hand. I'll get you a champion in reserve.
And your grand champion, mismarked heifer, goes to entry number 25, Rock Creek Lily Von Stump, exhibited by Jeffrey, Ellen, and Alexandra Adler. Congratulations. And your reserve champion goes to entry number 1, Sunnybrook Zoe, exhibited by Cora Bernard. Again, congratulations to those exhibitors. We're now ready to start your percentage heifer show with Class P76.
Just a single entry over here as we start the percentage mismarked show. And again, a female that's really striking, really attractive and elegant up front. I like her lines and look out here that she gives us. We'll see her again here in just a few moments. Congratulations to this young lady.
Well, over here on the Red Angus side, we're going to start our bull show, and just followed a very, very competitive heifer show. But we started out here pretty good. We got one that is just a big, stout-legged, rugged-boned one, awesome rib cage. You get up on top of him, he's got tons of muscle coming out down his top. One that we like the head and neck set, and like the way he comes up through there for his age. I think we have a very good testicular development on this young man, but single entry, but a very good animal to start our bull show here on the Red Angus side.
And first place in Class 37 of your Red Angus Bull Show goes to entry number 19, Wood Red Rider 3037L, exhibited by Chase Wood of Big Cabin, Oklahoma. Congratulations. We're now ready for Class 38, March Bull Calves. And first place in Class 76, an automatic champion, Junior Heifer Calf, over in your percentage Belted Galloway show goes to entry number 14, Cosper Artemis, exhibited by Paisley Garmin. Congratulations. Entry number 7 was a scratch. Now we are ready for Class P78, Junior Yearling Percentage Heifers.
We'll kind of re-rack that last class and redo it out here a little bit as we get that second entry back in. And I'm still going to start with the young lady, as I did here just a minute ago with her heifer calf here standing to my left. Again, just a little more performance, a little more length, a little more extension from end to end, a little bigger bodied type female. Again, like I talked, I like the way she handles herself out on the go, just real collected and fluid and free and easy. The young lady's heifer that's going to go second here. I like the look of this one. I do appreciate her structural integrity as well. Just gets a little shorter coupled, a little more refined in regards to the one that wins, but a good class. Congratulations.
Test 1 2.
All right, now we got a mic back. Another single entry here on the Red Angus side. Very big, stout, rugged bull. One that comes to us with some power and some midsection. Maybe wants to get just a little piecey in there behind his shoulders. And maybe like to give him just a little extra added bone work, but a nice bull for this young lady to take home and use on her cows.
And first place in Class 38, Red Angus Bulls, goes to entry number 157, Shady's AB Vacu L13, exhibited by Amelia Beatty of Crossville, Tennessee. Congratulations.
Back over in our Belted Galloway ring here, I think maybe the last class of the day before we get into our champion drive, but a good pair of cattle. I think cattle that are both long and athletic and good-bodied. The young lady's heifer here directly in front of me, though, is going to go ahead and lead off with just a little more to her in regards to substance and foot and muscle and shape. Just a real nice one to go ahead and lead off this class with. You know, like I said, I like the young lady's heifer here in terms of her length. Really a long spine, loose-made individual. Not quite as much rear flank. Gets a little frailer and a little more refined than the one that wins, but a good female. Congratulations to both those exhibitors. Back over here in our Belted Galloway ring as we get ready to kind of wrap it up for your North American. Again, I want to extend my thank yous to getting the opportunity to come out here. It's truly a humbling experience anytime you're asked to sort livestock here on the Green Shavens. I've thoroughly enjoyed it. This is most definitely one of the prestigious events that we have here in this country, and our family's been coming for close to 30 years, I think now, exhibiting cattle here consecutively, and it's kind of become a holiday in our household, that you got to be at the North American. And so anytime you're asked to get out here and sort cattle, it's truly appreciated, and I hope those of you around ringside have been enjoyed with the atmosphere here this year. And the hospitality that they try to show to us. So again, thank you to the North American for asking me. Appreciate the Belted Galloway Association being able to allow me to work with your folks here and your breeders and exhibitors. It's been a great set of cattle. I'm not going to talk them anymore. I do appreciate getting to share the ring with Mr. Brandon Jones over there. Those of you that don't know him, there's not many better people in this world than that guy over there. So again, thank you for having me. I'll go out and get you a champion in reserve. Congratulations.
Thanks, Zach, for those kind words. And young man across the ring there is pretty impeccable for a cow man. We're over here in our first division in the Red Angus bulls. We got two individuals in here, and we can just break them down quick. The calf that wins the first class is just one that's just rugged-footed, rugged bone, got plenty of middle. Love the way when you step in behind him, he's got plenty of power, holds himself together when we get out and go. Very, very good young bull calf. The bull that comes out of the second class was one that we liked his extension. And he's got plenty of power also. But with that added extension, maybe he wants to get a little weak there behind his shoulders, and we'd like to add just a little bit of bone and foot to this. But two good bulls. The young man will be your grand.